What's happening, Hammers? Dan Lawless here, back with another edition of the West Ham Week, where I take 3 of the top stories from West Ham for throughout the week and break them down into 2-minute sections. So before I get into that, don't forget it's the last chance now this weekend for you to vote for us in the FBAs. Voting closes on Monday, so if you can head over to the FBA's website, I'll put a link in the description below, and vote for us for best video blogger. That'd be great. Really appreciate that, guys. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into some topics. Big ones this week. Start the timer now. So, big rumour that's come out this week, massive rumour that's been reported by West Ham World, is that there is a American billionaire that is interested in buying West Ham. Now, this billionaire is Paul G. Allen, co-founder of Microsoft, 45th richest man in the world, worth 21 billion, about 10 billion more than Roman Abramovich. Sounds too good to be true. It probably is, they say, you know, but we can dream. I think a lot of fans want this to be true. I mean, American owners don't necessarily have a good track record with owning football clubs. They don't have that. It's not as big over there. It's not part of the culture in America, so there is that. But he does own the Seattle Sounders in the MLS. So he's got a link with football already. We played them in pre-season. So who knows? Who knows? I mean, it would be amazing, you know, if we imagine that being owned by a billionaire. He owns Microsoft. He could do one of them, name it the Microsoft Stadium, right? Buy the same, name it Microsoft Stadium, and just pump so much money into this club. It's probably too good to be true. I mean, ex-employees come out and said he hasn't heard anything, and obviously the board have reaffirmed that they have no plans to sell the club. But just because no one in the club has heard anything, or just because they're denying and what they've said, doesn't mean it's not true. You can't take the board saying we have no plans to sell the club as, you know, they've been shown to be lies time and time again. So it's one of them things. Let's just keep our eye on the situation. I do think they'll sell the club at some point. X also said that the club is set to be worth a lot more due to the fact they're confident that we're going to own that stadium. So once we own the stadium, I reckon they'll sell up. Let's see what happens. Exciting though. Another big thing happened this week, earlier on in the week. David Moyes and Andy Carroll had a big row on Monday in training after Andy Carroll walked into the dressing room when he realised he was not going to be subbed in the game. So, I mean, a lot of people sort of come out in support of Carroll against Moyes. You know, a lot of fans have turned on Moyes. You know, I don't agree with Moyes' tactics. I don't think he's the man for the job. I was actually in that game saying he should have brought on Andy Carroll. However, for Carroll, who's hardly played any games this season, he's injured every single season for the majority of the season, for him to just come and expect to be subbed on like we owe him something, and to have a little tantrum because he's not been brought on, I think that's disgraceful. Like, that geezer needs to come and keep his head down and do his bit, you know what I mean? To not sit there and support the team. And for him to come out earlier in this season, right, and say fans should be staying till the end, fans shouldn't be leaving early, and for him to leave early and walk down to the dressing room because he weren't getting on the pitch, I think that's an absolute disgrace. You know, and I think, and obviously Moyes told him to apologise. He didn't apologise. He has since apologised, but yeah, he's been fined 2 weeks' wages, and I think that's the least that should happen. I think it's a disgrace. I think for Carroll to be acting like that, he should be walking on eggshells. I tell you, like, to have contributed so little to this football club and just to be expected. And this is the thing. This is why, you know, Sacco was pissed off, because as soon as Carroll's fit, he walks back into the team. Every manager just sticks him back into the team as soon as he's fit and he starts again. So it's kind of refreshing. But, you know, it doesn't mean I'm completely on Moyes' side, but you can't blame him for getting into Carroll. He's got to maintain his authority. Also on Moyes, looking at that, continuing that, his future is looking to be in doubt with the board. X has come out and said that the board are reconsidering their position on David Moyes, considering some of the results and the scorelines that we have been suffering recently. They're having doubts over him. Also, his comments about Declan Rice, I think, have come out against him. you know, and apparently the players have gone to the board and said they don't think he's the man for the job. So he hasn't got the dressing room. You can't give the man a job if he hasn't got the dressing room, if the players are against him. You know, unless you sell all the players and get new ones in that he wants. It's ridiculous. So his position is looking untenable at the moment. You know, I mean, like I said, these results, we're playing so defensive and we're leaking goals like nobody's business at the end of the day. Like, people can say, oh, they're not his players, but it's still, you know, a good squad of players. He's just not getting the best out of them. I think he has got the best out of Arnautovic where Bilic didn't. But apart from that, you know, if we start next season knowing that Moyes is going to say, that's the thing, the fans don't want him, the players don't want him. So I don't see any way that they can keep him and people be positive about it. You know, if they keep him, there'll be an uproar. So I'm starting to feel a bit confident again. I did resign myself recently that Moyes was going to be our manager next season. But who knows? If he wins the next 3 games, they might change their mind. You never know. It's all in doubt. But I just think we need a new manager. And I think that would sort of give people a lift. Do you know what I mean? If we got an exciting manager to come in, whether it's a Rafa or a Silva or a Pellegrini, whoever it is, right? As long as it's not Pardew. I think that would give fans a little bit of a lift, and then they need to start investing. So, thank you guys so much for watching this week. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Love to hear what you guys have to say. Like I said, this could all be not true, but we've got to give our opinions on it anyway, innit? It's always brings a bit of excitement. As a West Ham fan, that's all you've got in it. You know, we don't get any trophies or any challenging for anything, so just that hope for the future is going to get better. That's all we can ask for. So, yeah, like I said, thank you guys for watching. If you guys could, you know, please click up there and check my channel, subscribe to my other channel, After Hours. That'd be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to get to 500 by 30. So my next milestone is 400. I think I'm 30 away from there. So appreciate you got that if you guys could support that. But apart from that, have a great weekend. Let's hope we beat Leicester and stay up. Let's see. One thing left to say. Come on, you Irons.